Okay, welcome back to the podcast. It's another morning. I'm not having coffee. I'm not having tea. I'm not having anything. Just water for right now. Probably gonna have a hot cup of cacao. I'm seeing what I think about not consuming caffeine. Now, I initially thought, I need that amount of energy to be able to work. But it's just been a few days now. It's Tuesday, and the last caffeine I had, I can't remember if I had any Thursday. Probably sometime Thursday morning. Now, it's only been a few days, but I've been on PTO Friday, had the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and then had Monday off, my normal Monday off. But I'm noticing some things already that's completely weird. One thing is that my dreams are really strange. Now, I don't usually have bad dreams, but I would say I'd say I'm having more dreams that make a little more sense. They're a little more realistic and logical, and they're also not necessarily as fun. So, I'm not going to get into all the details of the dreams. Like, I had a weird dream about my folks this morning. Like, I'd already slept last night, had a dream last night, and then woke up early morning, kind of the whole, wake up, go to the bathroom thing, go back to sleep. I went back to sleep really easily this morning. Usually if it's like 6-something and I'm up, I'm not really going back to sleep. But I went back to sleep and was dreaming. And I dreamt about some weird topic, being in San Diego and my folks coming. We were having dinner, and it was like a little strange that like we couldn't find one of the freeway entrances, and one of my parents was being a little bit obnoxious, and we were having dinner at some restaurant that we just were like, let's just eat here. And, it just wasn't like a super comfortable dinner. It wasn't like pleasant. Like, they were complaining about something, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, why did we even come here if everybody's in such a grumpy mood kind of thing? I had another dream about, I was sleeping, and one of our family friends that always comes and fixes things, came and was, we have tile floors in part of our house, like those big tiles. And, like, sometimes our sink in our bathroom, like in real life, doesn't really fully close, doesn't shut. Like, we don't have normal knobs. It's like this, it's almost like a joystick looking thing. And so sometimes if you don't have it in the perfect position down, if it's like to the side a little bit but down, it doesn't fully turn off even though it looks like it's off. And then, some reason lately the sink has a slight bit of leaking that I've noticed when that happens. And so in the dream, he was coming to fix that. For some reason, he was cutting tiles, and he cut one of the corners off of one of the tiles for some reason, but was using like this really loud machine. And it was supposedly last night, 10:30 or 11 o'clock last night. That was the time period that this was happening during, and I was like, why is this happening? Like, I'm trying to sleep. I'm trying to, like, improve my sleep. Like, don't they understand? Like, and then it was just, like, my folks were just kind of, like, completely just like, oh, like, we didn't think this would bother you to have somebody, like, cutting tiles with, like, you know, heavy machinery in the middle of the night kind of thing. And I was just like, how annoying. And not only was he there, you know, after that, and then like pounding around in the bathroom that's right next to my room, but then, you know, he was in my parents' room, like using their shower, and then, you know, my parents were kind of like talking back and forth with him, like kind of like, you know, when you have a visitor, people aren't necessarily like super quiet and they're like excited and talking louder than normal. So that was last night's dream. The dream before that, I was being kind of followed in some downtown area. I don't know if it was San Diego, but I was walking around downtown somewhere where it was cold. And, you know, I turn a corner and see this like luxurious like library or museum thing, and I knew about it, so I went in, and this person kind of followed me and signed in to like the new guest book. And then, you know, I was like, okay, just want to make sure this person is like solidly in here, you know, because I was on my way somewhere. I don't know where I was going, but I was like, this person's clearly following me. I had some other dream that I don't even remember what it was. And yesterday, my day off, I'm not sure if it's because of the hemp gummies. I did take some hemp gummies midday, but they're hemp seed oil gummies. They're not CBD gummies. So I took some of those after eating a lot of pho for lunch. I hadn't had a very big breakfast. I had just a Soylent shake for breakfast real quick, and then had the pho for lunch, and then had the hemp oil gummies. I was basically, you know, because my shoulders are super sore from this yoga I did, and my sinuses are just like killing me, and so I was like, let me just take this. And, you know, I totally knocked out in the afternoon. Now, I know I didn't sleep well either Sunday night because of the rain. I'm not really that used to rain, and it was raining late in the night and early in the morning for like multiple hours straight. So the rain kind of kept me up because I'm really not used to rain. So especially like multiple hours of rain. So I was not sleeping that well. But yeah, I totally just fell asleep in the middle of the day. And I was like, well, at least I wasn't working, because, like, gosh, like, but then I got up, and then I did a seminar online and studied for a while till like 9. So between like 5 something and 9, I was pretty busy. But yeah, that was weird for me. Like, I'm just like, I'm not used to having dreams that are like, these aren't even nightmares. They're just like, I don't know. It's a little like slight stressful, or something that I should consider maybe stressful if it was actually in real life, but very kind of realistic dreams. I mean, as far as like cannabis is concerned, I'm still like, whatever, vape a little bit here and there. It doesn't really bother me. But also without caffeine in my system, there's not really anything to really be trying to come down from. So that's one thing I'm noticing, that I'm just like, well, if I'm vaping, it's just for vaping at this point. It's not to like settle any anxiety or whatever. And I haven't been all like irritable either as much. So yesterday I didn't get to work out because, you know, I slept and was super groggy and was really sore. I think those downward dog poses the yoga routine I was doing had so many downward dog poses. And I think that just killed my shoulders. That's the only thing I can think. And I don't know, like, it's just weird. I'm weirded out by it all. I'm weirded out by it all. Like, I'm just like, what is this? This is some weird thing happening. But anyways, so I watched this episode of, I don't even know what the show is called. Let me see, I could probably find it. I always start talking about things and I don't really plan that I'm gonna talk about it. And then I never think to look up what it was beforehand, but it kind of just came to me. So let me see, I don't know. It was probably 2 days ago now, so I gotta scroll. So it was basically from the L Word. It was Angie, Shane, and Angie, Shane, and Alice. They all made a video together, the three of them. You know what? I sent it to somebody. It would be easier for me to just find it that way. They all filmed like a little interview together. And they were basically like talking to each other with certain kind of prompts, questions. It was adorable. It was a cool episode. Kind of like what they thought about each other. Okay, so it was from Glamour. It's called the L Word Cast Take a Friendship Test, from Glamour. That's the channel. And so it wasn't as characters, it was them as their real selves, just kind of talking about their friendship and professional relationship, being, you know, the cast of the L Word Gen Q. And so that's kind of, I mean, I liked it. They were kind of just like talking about each other, like with each other there, just kind of like answering questions and stuff. And check it out. It was a cool episode. Yeah, this week I'm working Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm pretty sure I'm working out today and tomorrow. Not sure about Thursday. Thursday evening after work, I'm probably gonna be driving for like 3 freaking hours to get to the mountains. But then I'll be solid there. Gonna go up to the mountains, depending if the weather is behaving. I don't want to get trapped in a storm. I don't want to get trapped on the mountain and not have chains or anything. I don't want to get stuck at the hotel and not be able to leave. I don't want to get stuck, you know. I don't want to be like trying to go to the mountains and then get turned around. I don't have chains. You'd think by now that I did, but I don't. I actually purchased chains once. I think last season I purchased chains on Amazon, and it was like one of the later storms, and they were kind of pricey. I can't remember how much the price was, but I remember I was like, you know, I'm not going to use these anytime soon, and it wasn't the chains I actually wanted, and so I basically returned them. What I wanted was this thing that was kind of like a tire sock looking thing, because it looks a lot easier to put on. But I don't think I'm going to be able to buy one fast enough to have it by Thursday night, honestly, because I'm barely now remembering. But But yeah, that's kind of all I've been up to. Just studying a little more. Getting my LinkedIn kind of revamped or vamped in the first place. Getting it more, getting more connections. Trying to learn this new career path. In a little more detail. I'll see if I can make it through the day with no caffeine. I mean, I am sleeping better. Other than the dreams being weird, I'm definitely sleeping better and more. Like I've mentioned before, once I wake up in the morning, I'm up. Like, I don't go back to bed. And so today and yesterday, even though I was awake, I was tired. When I got tired, I went back to sleep. And so, that's weird for me. My relationship with sleep is so sucky. But I think I've mentioned too, I've consumed caffeine since I was a kid, at least tea, since I don't remember how long ago, but I want to say at least third grade. I really don't remember. But I remember having tea, usually like a little sweetened. And then later on in life, I kind of got used to unsweetened tea on my own. And so even though now, like, I don't feel like I need coffee, I don't feel like I need anything, honestly. Like, I slept fine, it's just a little strange. Like, I just feel a little weird after having some kind of strange dreams for multiple nights now and mornings, too. I've just been having real weird dreams that are almost like verging on the edge of like bad dreams, but they're not really nightmares. They're just not like happy fun. Like, I'm not like floating around in space and like, going to concerts and stuff. I'm like stressed out. And so about something, there's always something to be stressed out about, I guess, lately in my dreams. And so I'm just like, what the heck, like, but still, I'm not dreaming about work, nothing like that. It's just situations that are slightly realistic, but not fun to be involved in. And so yeah, I'm not sure what to do with it. It's new for me. It's new for me to wake up in the morning and fall back to sleep. It's new for me to feel energetic without needing coffee. I don't even want coffee right now, honestly, because it just makes me feel crappy. Like, I've mentioned it before. It's kind of like, it's a big, like, okay, it's a nice kind of kick in the morning, but then it's like there's a certain point where I start feeling a little dehydration, and I don't know, like, I don't know if the payoff is really worth it, other than the burst of energy I get, which I don't really know if I fully need all that energy right now. So I don't know, I haven't tested this enough, but like I mentioned about B12, so it hasn't made me as kind of like anxious, irritable, without caffeine in my system. So that's kind of an interesting change that I've noticed, is that B12 I don't feel bad with it. Like, I didn't like B12. Like, I was like, I don't like B12 because it makes me feel like, I hate the way it makes me feel. And then, cacao for me is enough. Like, it doesn't have caffeine in it. It has something else that I don't remember the name of, but it has something slightly stimulating, but there's really no crash, and it's pretty pleasant. So that's probably going to be my morning drink, really, is going to be cacao, a hot cup of cacao. And I'm going to see how this goes with, like, breakfast and stuff. Like, I probably won't need to eat as unhealthy, or might not make as unhealthy of choices. Because I don't know. I think the caffeine dehydration makes me eat differently. I'm definitely noticing, like, at least the past few days, because I haven't been at work, so it's kind of hard to really test it. So this will be my first day kind of testing this at work. But so far I feel good. Like, I woke up fine. I don't feel groggy. But also I've been off for like 4 days. So that's how I kind of should feel, you would think. But yeah, I don't feel like I've overdone it. I don't feel groggy. I haven't had any pre-workouts or tea either. I haven't had anything. So and I think when I had cacao, it wasn't, I don't know what day it was. It was a few days ago. So I really haven't had, like, other than the B12 that's kind of in the vitamins I'm already taking, I haven't really had any real other, like, stimulant type of situations. And as far as cannabis, I haven't had, like, that much of it either. And yeah, I feel fine, which is weird. Like, I feel a little off. I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little off. Like, I feel like this just isn't a normal way to feel. Like, my head's not quite racing. I can't just, like, kick into gear and just, like, run with thoughts. But I also just, I don't feel myself getting as easily kind of, like, agitated or, like, anything like that. I don't know. It might be a new idea to try. I'm not sure how long I'm going to do this for. I'm really just not sure about a lot. But, you know, in light of, you know, getting into a new career path and everything, I'm mostly noticing that, like, my memorization for studying and, you know, just in general when I'm kind of speaking, I haven't really felt like it's like I've been like too like I haven't been too pleased with sounding like a little out of it. Like with my current job, because I know it so well, because I've done it for so long, it's like I can still have maybe minimal energy and still get the job done, you know? It's like, but I kind of worry with a new job, with new tasks, with new ideas, with new terminology, like with a whole lot of newness surrounding it. Like, I kind of need to be a little sharper, and I kind of wasn't feeling as sharp as I want to feel. Or able to, like, function as well as I would like, because, you know, of all this kind of energy going all over the place. Just everything's been kind of all over the place for like multiple days now, weeks even at this point. So this morning I have an assessment, and I'm logging in to work. I haven't logged in a really long time. I forgot that I probably need to clean off my desk area, because I haven't even been over here. But yeah, I'm about to log into work. I think I have an assessment. I don't know if I do though, because they called the office Thursday, and then when I tried to contact them, they didn't answer. So I don't know what to do with that. It's just kind of how it went. So And so yeah, I gotta log in, get on with my morning. I've been having the Soylent shakes for breakfast just purely out of laziness during the weekend when I got them. And right now I think I'm not necessarily gonna do that. I'm gonna have one maybe for like the lunch break. And get back to my eggs and stuff for breakfast. And I almost forgot my password. Oh, come on, don't tell me it's incorrect. These stupid passwords. Everything's always like incorrect. No, that was incorrect. I forgot that I changed my password the other day. But yeah, I gotta check in. I think I've got a meeting today. It's just everything is definitely going strangely. I don't know. I just check it on my phone because this computer takes a long time to start. I gotta make sure nobody put anything on my calendar. Because I don't remember what I was gonna do today specifically. I usually don't plan anything for 8 a.m. though. So I've got to see about that. But, alright. I think I'm gonna just get started with today. So that's it for now. It's gonna be 8 o'clock in like 2 minutes. But thanks for listening, and I'll post that link below of that Glamour episode.